So I have made a fictional organization called the Southern Star Services. So this is like a medium-sized organization, 650 people. It's grown quickly, introduced new operational model, is running several technological, softwares, and there's a restructure program in because they've had a little bit of a growth. Classic scenario you see in every second or third organization in Australia at the moment. So ELT is concerned about the increasing psychological injury claims and absences. So there's been a couple of claims and they're concerned about it. Manager says that they're drowning in competing priorities. So fatigue is coming up as one of the indicators. Uh, Workers report unclear decisions um, and heavy meeting load. Like, I think that's one of the things, like you open your calendar and you've got like 7 meetings. So if you attend all 7 meetings, what work are you going to do? HR has proposed resilience training and well-being webinars. This is probably the best slide in the entire talk today, okay? And the most important slide. So you're looking at what the signal is in the business, whether you've got attrition, whether you've got absences, whether you've got people turning up to work sick, whether you've got people fatigued, etc. So you're looking at all those signals. And then you're looking at the pattern of those signals. So you've got your 10 signals here, then you're looking at the patterns. And then you're looking at who's exposed to what extent. That is really important. The exposure is important because a lot of the times, in many businesses, they'll have a lot of work coming in for 2 months in a year. And then 10 months it's quiet. So you really can't consider that as a high risk. Yes, at that point of time, they need the support and everything. But because the other 10 months are normal, it's not that much of a risk. Whereas if it keeps on going from month to month, and there's no let up, then you really do have a high risk situation. And I always recommend that out of the 17 risks, zero down on the first 5 or first 7 or 8, which are really big on your organization, which are the ones that are really big, that stick out, which you want to be looking at first. There are organizations, for example, who do IT work, and 90% of their staff is scattered across the state, never come into the office. They work remote and isolated. Do you want to know whether they are doing their work on their dining table, whether they are working in a secure environment where they can lock the door? Who else is in the house when all of those things matter, and they matter on the people's well-being as well. And then the next step is do a defensible synthesis. Try and work out, if you have high job demands, why is it happening? What is the evidence that demonstrate that there's a high job demand? Is it because people are working long hours? Is it because they're doing, weekend work? Or is it because they are not able to switch off even if they're at home? What is the high job demand coming from? High job demands is very vague. And you want to break it down a little bit. Like what entails when you say high job demands? What is it demanding of you? Is it demanding just your headspace? Is it demanding your time? Is it demanding your, is it kind of coming into your personal life? Like, what is the definition of high job demands? People tend to confuse high job demands with fatigue and stress as well. So both of these can be outcomes of high job demands, but you want to kind of work through what in your particular scenario constitutes high job demands, because on its own, you can't really control it. Like, there is no single one control for high job demand. There is a control for large quantity of work. There is a control for structuring of work. There is control for a lot of other things. It is something that is an outcome of a good culture. But if there is trust between the leaders and the workers, then you find that all of these things become a lot easier to do. And then the governance is who's the risk owner, escalation rules, board and ELT reporting. And try to understand that governance is not one way only. It's not about leaders being informed of what's happening in the business. It's also about leaders informing the business and having that conversation with them. So it's two ways. And then the leadership routines, priority setting, consultation, manager cadence. This is really, really important. This is about 60% of the work. If you don't clarify what the leadership is doing, how the leadership is doing, you're not going to build trust. You're not going to have good consultation. The change management is going to go out the door. And then, of course, capability, manager skills, worker awareness, role clarity, and training. Then you have the recovery and support. That's the last bit. And then we can go all have lunch.